Hello, people of the earth. Well, most of you, I hope. Anyways, this is the Action Project speaking, and this is our review series about iOS 6. Well, iOS 6. This is definitely amazing, but maybe it didn't reach my expectations. But if I had an iPhone 5 or an iPod 5th gen, it would definitely reach my expectations. But anyways, let's start off. So now you see the home screen of my iPod when I got it on September 19, 2012, the day when it also released. And yes, I am an Assassin's Creed fan. So now you see there's no more YouTube. You can buy a separate app for YouTube uh, from the App Store. And there's no more Google Maps. It's their own maps. You can also get Google Maps, but not from the App Store. I'll show you how to in my next videos. So and then there's also Passbook. Okay, so now let's talk about. Okay, so Maps is possibly the biggest thing everyone waited for, and I have to say it didn't reach my expectations. Sadly, maybe they were too high, but it did not reach them. So you may have heard of 3D mapping. Well, guess what? It's not gonna be for most versions. It's not gonna be able for iPod 4th gen, iPhone 4S and 3GS, and iPad 3. So it's only gonna be available for the 5th gens. No, sorry, it will be available for iPhone 4S. So now this is sad. Quite most people waited for 3D mapping. Plus they don't give Street View. So since they don't have their contract with Google anymore, so if you don't get 3D mapping, you don't get Street View, which I think is very, very bad. Okay, so now you see a glitch screen. Now this is a real glitch. Now this is in lots of iPods and iPhones. I've seen them. On the left is 7 years ago. On the right is 5 years ago. Now what they took is they took like a bunch of satellite pictures and smashed them together. But what they said is they went around the world and took brand new photos of the world. But they only did that in certain spots of the world. So that's really bad. I don't expect that from them. Okay, but the good part is turn-by-turn directions. What this is, it's a GPS basically. So you're on your iPhone while you're driving a car, and this is also enhanced with Siri. So now Siri can speak back to you. So let's say you're on the highway, so now it says turn left at 0.5 miles. So that's nice. It gives you more better features and more better directions, but it is also again not available for older versions except for iPhone 5, iPhone 4S, and iPod 5, and iPad 3. Now, Passbook is a new app, and I have a hunch that you better remember this name in your head, cause it's probably gonna be here for a bunch of iOS versions. So this is the Passbook icon, and next you see the screen after you launch this app. So what this screen does, it shows you what you can get, but for this you have to buy apps. Now I'm not sure if they said this in the conference. It's not a big deal, but I think it would be nice if they did. So the apps that are available for this feature are Cineplex, Live Nation, United Airlines, Lufthansa, and two more not so popular ones. So I guess Passbook is good for the people that are really busy in their life. Well, iTunes is like a mother or a sister of App Store to me, and App Store is pretty much like iTunes but for apps. So now you see the new layout, and you see that it's very new, like brand new. They made it like the computer versions of iTunes for Windows and Macs. Okay. And then that's music. Here you see movies. Again, same thing, except now the pattern is black with black. But for songs, it's white with black. And I guess that looks like very nice. And TV shows again, black with black. Very nice. Very neat. Although I'm not really used to this since this is more of an Android type of thing. But I guess I'll get used to it. Yeah, the new settings icon is now more shiny. Okay, that's and it gives it more of a glossy look. Now you see the top of the settings screen. So now you see that there's a Bluetooth separate independent station, and now there's Do Not Disturb. And what Do Not Disturb looks like is this. So if you look on the top beside the time, there's a moon crescent, and that signifies that nobody can disturb you with notifications. Now if you scroll down, you see privacy. Privacy used to be a part of something else, but now uh is also separate. Okay. Now now let's scroll down even more. Again, there's nothing new about this except for it's in columns now, and I have to say that's very organized. I like it. Now weather is a daily thing I use, and Apple made it so much sharper and nicer to see. So now the weather icon is the same, except I see more rays. I don't know if everybody else does. Anyways, so now this is the new main screen for weather. Now you see that's more glossy and shiny and sharp. So even though I see it's gonna rain all week, it's fun to see that it's gonna rain all week because of its shiny, sharp glossiness. Okay, so that's what. Now everything in Game Center is pretty much the same. Icon is the same except for one thing. Now you see that there's a new challenges column. Now I didn't get challenges a lot, so I don't know where challenges came from before. But I'm not lonely, I think. So anyways, so that's Game Center. Now let's move on to Safari. Now Safari is now considered a main Internet Explorer type of app such as Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. So Apple really had to advance this. Now for people that have the older versions, not like really old, like iPhone 4S or iPod 4, 4th gen, they don't see any big difference. But the new iPhone 5 now has LTE and 3G speed. I'm not sure if it has 4G. I'm pretty sure. Okay. But for the people that do have iPhone 4S or iPod 4, 3, or iPhone 3GS, also the 5th gens, they will see this new icon. Oh, and also iPad 3. These new icons such as mail, message, Twitter, Facebook, add to home screen, print, copy, bookmark, and add to reading list. So this gives it more of an organized and more advanced look. So I guess that's nice. Now they didn't change the camera app a lot, but I think on iPhone 5 it will be 1080. But the rest of the versions that have camera are 720, except for iPad, which I think is 1020. So now you see um, the camera screen. Now at the bottom, it's a black rod now. It's not white anymore. It's less boxy. It's more of a nice glossy curve. So now if you go to photos, you automatically get photo stream as soon as you download iOS 6. So I guess that enhances the features of iCloud. Now the icons again are in photos. So if you select the options of photo, this comes up: mail, message, photo stream, Twitter, Facebook, sign to contact, etc. So that's nice and all. Now iPods are basically made for MP3s such as music. So they really had to stop the old look of music. So they made a new one. And this is what it looks like. So artists, now it's more clean, I guess, and more organized. And again, this is white on white, so I think it's made to like look something like the iTunes. Next we see songs. Again, not so boxy. Like boxy seemed a bit crammed. This like gives you a flow of everything. Now when you select a song, it is also changed. So now you see that everything looks a lot more shiny, and they made it look more like the iPad icons. Now if you turn your iPod or iPhone sideways, you get this screen. and now this screen fades in. It doesn't just give you a fast look, it just fades in, so it gives a more better flow. Okay, now finally, if you slide your screen down, you get this screen. And what this screen is, that it gives you your general stuff you need, such as weather, stocks. And now there's a new icon, tap to tweet. Oh, and this screen also gives you notifications. So now tap to tweet is like, if you see something funny or crazy, you press the button and tweet, tweet. So this has been my review of iOS 6. Please subscribe, rate, comment, like, but be gentle on my heart, no hate please. So I'll be making some more videos on how-tos as well. So please subscribe, and thank you. This has been the Action Project.